thank my videographer and my audience members today. Thank you. High school students today are in no drug testing program, and when left unchecked, the win-at-all-cost culture takes over, and athletes will make the wrong decision, which harming or killing many of our youth. Today, I'm urging parents, coaches, school districts to push for mandatory testing for performance-enhancing drugs, or PEDs, for all high school students. As a parent and a school district employee, I have become aware of the fact that the majority of our high school athletes with the most playing time are taking some sort of PED, also known as doping. After researching the risks and reasons for this growing trend, I see that we must take a stand in protecting the health of our youth. The number of teen athletes doping is growing at amazing rates. I will prove that it is time to take a stand in protecting our children through policy change of mandatory testing for doping among high school athletes, while discussing the statistics, risk, and side effects of PEDs, along with the benefits of putting high school athletes on a fair playing field. I will start with the need for this policy change. According to the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids on July 22, 2014, the use of both synthetic growth hormone, HGH, and steroids amongst high school athletes doubled in only 1 year. This trend is likely to continue at alarming rates. Drugfree.org reported through the Partnership Attitude Tracking Study, 11% of teens in grades 9 through 12 reporting using synthetic HGH. These numbers show the increasing interest of teens in performing-enhancing products. Furthermore, according to drugfree.org, some of 5 teenagers say that at least one of their friends is known in using steroids, and 21% of the teens say that steroids are accessible. NewYorkPost.org estimates that more than 1.5 million youths in the U.S. have tried steroids. While teen athletes look to PEDs as a quick fix to gain the edge in their sport, the effectiveness of PEDs can be devastating to their well-being. According to the MayoClinic.org, the risks and side effects of PEDs can significantly affect the health of teens, especially with the fact that these teens are still growing and going through hormonal changes. Some effects include permanent stud growth, blood clotting problems, high blood pressure, heart, liver, and lung problems, reduced sperm production, behavioral and emotional changes, particularly with severe depression, mood swings, and increased aggression. More so, according to globalsportdevelopment.org, there has been a stark rise in school athlete suicides, and these have been associated with steroid abuse. This brings me to my next point, the satisfaction. The solution in turning the problem around is threefold. First, we must regulate and make access to these substances harder for teens. Parents, healthcare professionals, coaches, policymakers must be proactive in changing the policy that allows the marketing and distribution of these substances in our culture. Secondly, teens need to be more than just the say no approach. They need to be addressed with this issue on a constant basis. For example, an article dated November 12, 2013, globalsportdevelopment.org notes students need to hear from coaches and parents early on and constantly about it on the health risks. Last, and most importantly, we need to have a zero tolerance on the issue of PEDs of high school athletes. All athletes should be randomly tested for PEDs before and during their season. If students test positive, they should be removed from the team. When we take away the reason for these kids taking the substances, we take away their need. This brings me to my last point, the visualization of this policy. Putting PEDs testing policy of high school athletes into place will put high school athletic teams on a fair and equal playing field. When one team has a student taking PEDs, the opponents are at a disadvantage when it comes to winning. It is a fact that our culture has fallen into a win at all cost. Unfortunately, if we start letting these issues take over and don't give appropriate measures to stop the use of PEDS, the athletes won't feel the heightened pressure to keep up with those students taking steroids. The advantages for coaches is also dependent on how well their teams do. And because of this, they should turn their heads to PEDS abuse for their team. Our kids should not be put in a position to be the stepping stone for their advancement and their careers. Taking the pressure off the coaches, in turn, takes the pressure off the kids. To conclude, it is our responsibility as adults to protect our children. Testing high school athletes for performance-enhancing drugs is our duty for the well-being of our kids. The growing statistics, the harmful effects for our athletes, make this policy change the only way to put our youth in a fair and equal playing field. Some may say that this might be unconstitutional or infringe on the rights of these athletes. But what's more important, saving our kids or winning? It's time to choose our kids over the game. Thank you.